Hello friends, and let me introduce myself. My name is Sue Tump, and I'm here to present you with some fascinating bee trivia. Did you know that honeybees are a true democracy? I know you're wondering, honeybees are what? A democracy? Well, you'll see that these six-legged beauties have something to teach us about building smoothly functioning groups, especially ones capable of conducting entirely the power of democratic decision making. But let me give you a brief history of one, why I started being a beekeeper, two, how bees forage and this democracy was discovered, and three, how the vote works. Being a beekeeper, I was always intrigued by how a honeybee colony worked, and I started my beekeeping hobby, gathered all the equipment I needed, and learned all I could about bees through informational books. Books, for example, The Backyard Beekeeper by Kim Flotem, published by Rockboard Publishing in 2010. Beekeeping for Dummies by Howell and Blackston, second edition, published in 2009 by Wiley Publishing, and boy did I learn through these books. But the most interesting book, and to which I found this fascinating bee democracy trivia, was via Honeybee Democracy by Thomas D. Seeley, published by Princeton University Publishing in 2010. Reading all these excellent informative books taught me all my knowledge and insight into how honeybee colonies foraged, grew their hive, and how they came about to find a new home. And this leads me to put this all together in this video. All these informative books, The Backyard Beekeeper and The Beekeeping for Dummies, taught me, like us humans, as we grow, marry, and begin families, our homes can become far too small for our growth, and we need to enlarge. When that happens, what do? We find a realtor that scouts out new homes in areas that fit our growing family needs, and the same holds true for honeybees. Which leads me to the second part of this video, a quick synopsis of foraging bees and how the vote discovery was made. In the book, The Bee Democracy by Thomas D. Seeley, back in 1944, a professor at the University of Munich, Karl von Frisch, a distinguished professor of zoology, made a revolutionary discovery that would later earn him the Nobel Peace Prize. He discovered that a honeybee, an insect, can inform her hive mates of the direction and distance to a rich food source by means of behavior. Like humans, when we run low on food, we send out a person from our household to head to the local grocery store to acquire more food for the family. Well, the same holds true for honeybees. Forager bees are sent out from the hive to forage for new food sources, and when they find these sources, they return to the hive, as we do, to our homes, and communicate where that food source is for other hive mates to find. When these forager bees return to the dark hive, they communicate this info through a waggle dance. It's a series of circuit dances consisting of right turns and left turns, which translates into a road map in the geological location of the sun. In other words, it's a GPS for honeybees and for their hive mates to find this new food source. But this book, The Bee Democracy by Thomas Seeley, also cited yet another exciting discovery that was found when a young graduate student of Frisch's, a scientist named Martin Lindauer, stumbled upon yet another revelation. Not only do bees communicate food sources with these waggle dances, but they communicate directions to new home locations, which also led him to discover the inner workings of how a honeybee colony is a true democracy. This is where those realtors or their scout bees send out new people to determine and find a new home location. And finding that new home location, whether it be because they've outgrown it or it just isn't, these scout bees scour the local real estate for suitable accommodations to fit their needs. When these bees return, and there could be up to at least a dozen to the hive, they communicate their findings by way of this waggle dance. And just like our true politicians trying to get you to come to their side, Those dances that they share are very energetic and persuasive to get that vote, to communicate that theirs is the best new location to relocate to. When the scout bee with the majority of the bee votes, the decision is made to make the move. The old queen then sees the majority vote, gathers 10,000 worker bees, and man, those are a lot of bees, and heads out to their new home. So in conclusion, we learned how we can become a beekeeper through reading beautiful books, Beekeeping for Dummies, Backyard Beekeeping, and the Bee Democracy can not only help you learn about how to become a beekeeper, but they can give you an insight into how genuinely fascinating these little girls and guys can be. They are indeed just like us humans, a true democracy. Thanks for watching. My name's Sue Tump, and I hope you follow me to the next video. Bye-bye.